Hello there! The concept of shower beverages has been around for a while. Usually online you see it in terms of being a shower beer, although you could also very easily have a shower seltzer or whatever sort of nice cold canned liquid you also prefer. The idea being that you're in a shower, which is generally hot, lots of hot water, and then you also have a nice cold drink to kind of counterbalance that, and it's very luxurious and pleasant, and that's what I've been told. I'm not particularly a partaker of shower beverages, but my partner is, so I have a little bit of adjacent experience. That being said, I was recently looking online just for fun products and ideas for videos, and I stumbled upon this thing. This thing right here is supposed to enable one to have a shower coffee. Interesting idea. Coffee is usually served hot. You can have it cold, but the fact that this is supporting a mug usually infers that your beverage is going to be hot inside. So I saw this, clearly I bought it, and I was like, this is a cute gimmicky thing, right? You know, this is kind of fun. I don't really know how I'll make a video around it, but would be nice to have in the arsenal. And then I had another thought, and that thought was slightly more intrusive than the one that led me to buy this. That thought was, what if I could make coffee in the shower? So that's what we're gonna do today. Now, I've already taken the liberties of adhering our shower coffee holder to the wall of my shower, so that's all ready. And let me be very clear, we are not only brewing coffee in the shower, we are brewing coffee with the shower. With that being said, I'm gonna go get our coffee ready, and I'd like to give a brief thank you to the sponsor of this very, very ludicrous idea. I will see you soon. I want to give a huge thank you to Trade Coffee for sponsoring today's video. With Trade, you can find new coffees from roasters all over the US. With a simple quiz, Trade will find coffees that fit your exact needs and ship them to you straight from the roastery. You can also choose the frequency you want your coffee to arrive at, so you'll never run out and you'll always have the freshest roasts. Now, after I filled out their quiz, one of the coffees that Trade recommended to me was the single origin coffee from Ecuador, roasted by Equator Coffee. And while I brew this beautiful coffee with notes of orange marmalade and oolong, I should also let you know that Trade's team taste tests thousands of coffees in order to keep their active selection as fresh and as relevant to your needs as possible. They have something for everyone, both those who prefer darker flavors and those who like something a bit more adventurous and lighter. And if all of that doesn't convince you, then let me tell you right now that Trade is offering my viewers a total of $30 off your first order plus free shipping when you go to drinktrade.com/MDC or click the link in the description. This offer won't last forever, so get started while you can. Again, that's drinktrade.com/MDC for $30 off. Oh, and P.S. Father's Day is coming up, and what better gift to give a coffee lover than a Trade subscription? Welcome to my bathroom, which is a sentence I never thought I would say on this channel, but here we are. We have our lovely second angle, and we'll just see how this goes. Frankly, I'm a little bit nervous because I think that's gonna fall. I think this is a bad idea, but we are here, and I think I am ready. Now, I have all my brewing tools in here with me. We have the lovely origami dripper right here. We have a filter for it. I also have a timer, very important when brewing coffee. I have actual ground coffee. This is that Ecuador coffee from Equator. A mug, which if you'll note, this is the thing that started this all, and that can go just right there. And then we also have a scale, which we might be able to use, surface area allowing. We also have a carafe in which we will brew our coffee. Now I'm also wearing this fun thing right here that I'm trying to show off. We have a new merch launch that just dropped. Our friendly internet barista is kind of the headlining piece of the entire thing. So if you would like to check out this and anything else that we have just launched, it will be one of the links in the description down below. Now you'll notice that there is not a kettle in here with me today, and that is because the plan is to use our water source up here as a kettle of sorts. Our shower head is removable. It has multiple different kind of like water patterns and kind of pressures, which is really, really helpful. This is the goal. Like we were actively showering and brewing coffee in the shower. I am very, very nervous about being in here fully clothed. The first thing I want to do though is check what the water temperature is. This is not going to get up to that like 205 degrees that I would usually like to brew coffee at, but my hope is that it is like at least in the 125 to 150 range. Our water gets pretty hot, so here's hoping. I'm really just trying to prolong getting into the shower fully clothed for as long as possible. I'm going to stay out of the shower for this part. That's like a light rainfall. I feel like this is a controllable setting for some sort of pour over patterns. Like I feel like we might be able to bloom with this. Now I'm gonna let it heat up as hot as it goes. I'm gonna get a thermometer and then we're gonna check the end temperature. Okay, I'm gonna gather some of our water here. This is also known as preheating your mug. Our water is at about 120 degrees Fahrenheit, which is not really brewing temperature, but it is a pretty safe showering temperature. So we'll do with this what we can. So now is the point where we turn this on the full blast and we just go for it. I hope you're ready to brew some coffee. I definitely am not, but that is why we're here today. So I don't want to get in it. So hypothetically now, you have your entire setup ready to go. Your water is preheated, your coffee is ground, and we are in the shower. So let's start our brewing process. Now I will also preheat our brewing carafe. A nice swirl. Let it sit there. This is a very efficient brewing method because any of your wastewater you can just pour down. You don't have to look for a sink or anything like that. As I mentioned before, we are using the origami dripper. This is a small one, so our filter is fine. We do have to pre-wet this a little bit too. Just a quick circle and then let it drain. I have 15 grams of a medium finely ground coffee from Ecuador. And somehow this coffee has stayed dry the entire time. The nice thing about doing this in the shower is you also have plenty of areas to place all your accoutrements when you are done with them. Level the bed there. So the origami stand. Now I'm thinking our current flow rate might be a little bit aggressive for a brewer, especially this small. This might be honestly even aggressive for like an industrial batch brewer. I'm thinking we're gonna do this real fast. I'm gonna use the detachable feature and we're gonna start off with the bloom for about 30 seconds. I need like 3 more hands right now. Okay, start our timer. And we'll just... Now, with this method, you really do have to kind of guesstimate wisely the amount of water you're adding. Now, I do have a scale in the shower here with me, but I don't physically have a way to hold it. So this is a very handheld method. This is for experienced brewers only. Okay, we're at about 34 seconds with our bloom time, so I'll go into the next pour. I'm gonna add what feels like 100 grams. Just let this go for about a minute. I think the real technique one needs to master with this brewing method is getting a really quick lift of your water afterwards. I'm very pleased to announce that we do have coffee appearing at the end of this, which we will very soon get to drink in our very own Joeski shower coffee holder. Now we'll go in for a second draw through. This is fun, everyone. A unique experience. I will note that I think one of the major cons of this brewing method is the fact that it's very difficult to do anything else while you are brewing. So if you're in your shower looking to be very efficient with your coffee and also shampooing and doing your body wash and all of that stuff, maybe this is not the right method for you. I'm having to devote my attention solely to the brewing process at this moment. Now this is a very small amount of coffee I'm brewing right now. Keep it out of the flow. This is probably going to be about 250 grams in total. Very much just 1 cup of coffee for myself. So I'm going to go in here with the final half. We'll let it drain through, and then we get to enjoy. Nice circular motions and quickly draw out. That's the key there. I think we can actually set this on the counter while this finishes its final draw through. I think right now is the time that you would actually be able to take to do any shampooing or body wash or any other of your normal shower activities. This will probably take another 30, maybe 40 seconds to finish drawing through before we have a drinkable coffee. So have at it. I will say do it gently. Remember, you have kind of a dangerous splash zone over here, so try to avoid either bumping this or getting more water into it, because that might actually really interfere with the brew process. Now, I'm really excited about this coffee because in theory it's supposed to have notes of almond and it's supposed to be a really nice rich coffee, and I'm really hoping we get those notes and not a shampoo and vanilla body wash. Now our coffee extraction is looking a little bit weak. This is a pretty pale, pretty translucent coffee. I'm expecting something that's going to be pretty tea-like in its quality. When your coffee is finished drawing through, make sure you stop your timer. That's very important in this whole process. So we have our final brewed coffee from Ecuador. I'm excited about this. I'm excited to taste it. I am a little apprehensive over the color and opacity of it. Here's our preheated mug. Everyone decant together. Nice thing is you can even maybe rinse your wares when you're done with them. And then you are pretty free to enjoy your very nice cup of brewed shower coffee. The aroma is weak. I really thought I was going somewhere with that. It smells light. Light and airy would be the two most positive words I could use to describe it. It doesn't not taste like coffee. There is an undercurrent of coffee mixed into all of this. It does taste a little bit like you faced the shower head and opened your mouth. I will be totally honest. Let's continue on with our shower habits. Again, with the overall efficiency of this brewing method, I think there's something to say about the fact that you can just wash everything as you go. I think it's very nice that we have a lot of built-in stands here. As far as flavor goes, I think that's where we're really lacking, and I will say as I continue to stand in the shower trying to enjoy my shower coffee, you do ultimately get more water in the coffee mug, which is not what we're going for. This is not like a bypass brew. This was supposed to be pretty straight up. But we did brew coffee in the shower. I think there's something to be said about that. I'm gonna pretend that I have done all my shower doings. Very clearly not gonna do them for you in front of you by the fact that I'm wearing a full outfit right now. But let me get cleaned up. Let's go back to the kitchen. Let's talk about what we learned here today. I feel like I have like bricks attached to me right now. The coffee is a really nice body temperature though. It's not a hot coffee. It's not a particularly good brew, which is not the coffee's fault. This is solely the fault of all of this. Yeah, let me ring myself out and we'll go back there. Usually I wrap up these videos by saying, I hope we all learned something, or I learned a lot today. I don't know if I learned a lot. I think I had an interesting time, and I think I definitely checked something off my coffee brewing bucket list, but in no way was this educational. And that's just how some days are, and that is totally fine. This cup of coffee, I will say, is not half bad, so I will go sip a tiny bit more of it off to the side, but in the meantime, I'm Morgan Drinks Coffee pretty much everywhere you will find me active. I'm here on YouTube once a week, as well as Instagram and TikTok almost every single day. And I also want to give another huge thank you to Trade Coffee for sponsoring today's, frankly, today's madness. You can check them out at the top link in the description down below. But until next time, it's great hanging out with you all. I'll see you next time. Have a good week, everyone. Goodbye.